Sunday night, but you know, when you got to do what you got to do, you got to do what you got to do. Sunday nights are going to be indefinite. Every Sunday night, I'm going to be going live around this time. I know people have to work in the morning, but baby, ooh, if you need it, you gonna get it. Go get my Palo Santo to burn. Snake baby. Give me a second. 11:20. Alright, so Palo Santo. I call it Palo Santo. I gotta add an S on the end. Welcome, 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 welcome. See, I got my candles ready to burn. My stones. Today is the day of the sun. About to be the hour of the sun. And then the hour of Venus, and then Mercury, then the moon, then Saturn, then Jupiter, then Mars, then back to the sun. Welcome to the dynasty.
You didn't find me by chance. You were summoned. This is not trend, entertainment, or fantasy. This is soul legacy. Remembrance. This is Enigma Unveiled TV, and you are now tuned in to the Conjuring Mystic.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, come on in. I'm going to just continue to shuffle a little bit. I have some recorded messages that I wrote down that were heavy on my heart. Come on. Chill out. You can go to bed because you're supposed to be in bed anyway. Scoot over here. So you're out the way. Scoot this way. So off the top, I have take care of your health. And I got this on the 15th of last month, which is August. Be grateful and appreciate life. Put an extra layer of protection around yourself, your home, your family. Stay prayed up. Send back, destroy, and transmute all negative energies. Release and express. Use some black sea salt, some coarse sea salt, Epsom salt, Himalayan salt, whatever you got, okay? Psalms. The hoodoo, you use the root, nature, earth, the elements, earth, air, water, fire, spirit, okay? Use your herbs. Welcome to everybody who's joined. Glad, Bailey Joseph, Sharon Smith, Maddie Wilson, ODC Boutique, Elaine Bigor. I appreciate you for being here. My name is Autumn Marshall. I'm a high priestess. You were tuned into the Conjuring Mystic on Enigma Unveiled TV. So as I was saying, there are some pre-recorded messages that I got already prior that are very significant. I got this last month on the 15th. Take care of your health. Be grateful and appreciate life. Extra layer of protection, stay prayed up around your home, your family, your loved ones, okay? Send back, destroy, and transmute all negative energies. Anything that's sent to you that you feel like this isn't for me, I don't know what's going on, but something ain't right. Somebody to put a root on me. It's in here. It's here. It's here first. It's in your mind, okay? Let's see what angel card we have to pull. I also want to let you know that I burned some Palo. I have my candles here. I have a yellow and black candle for a reason. I have my opal stone. I have some stones here. And I just want you guys to, some sage, I want you guys to understand where I'm coming from here, okay? So let's pray. Let's open up in prayer. We have enough people to open up in prayer. Most High Adonai Elohim, everlasting, everlasting, you are King of Kings, Lord of Lords. Most High Mother and Father, guardian angels, archangels, ancestors, thank you for your protection, your love. Thank you for your grace. Thank you for your mercy. Thank you for your abundance. Thank you for your resilience. We are here today because you paved the way. Only you. Ashe. Ashe. Thank you for joining. Okay, let's pull a couple cards before I burn these candles because it says teachings, bridge, practical, and spiritual. So there's a lot of you who are logical and you're like, this is how it has to be because it only makes sense here. But then you leave out the spiritual part. And people say, they think that because they don't believe that spirituality exists or it's a thing or it's just, maybe it's a trend that people are just not willing to get used to. And that's okay. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Just because you don't believe something doesn't make it not true. See what I'm saying? And that's facts. Affirmation, you probably need to say some affirmations of gratitude for yourself, for what you have now. Because if you look back 10 years ago, you probably was not where you are now. I'm going to tell you right now. You see what I'm saying? 999. That's a number of completion. That's a number of new beginnings. It's a number of cutting motherfuckers off. It's a number of saying, you know what, which path and direction do I want to go? Do I want to go this way? Do I want to go that way? And speaking of move and let go, get out the way. So this is the next card I got. Move and let go, get out the way. Sometimes we're in our own way. We don't realize that we're in our own way because we feel like, well, maybe it's that person's fault. I could blame this person. I can point my finger at that person. I can say it's their fault. They did something wrong to me. But if you have self-awareness and you start understanding your own patterns, sometimes there's things you need to let go of, and sometimes there's people you need to let go of. Sometimes, thank you for the hearts, it's a work environment. Sometimes it's a person that you love and care about, but you can't save them. Who coming to save you? Who coming to save you, baby? It says, be non-traditional like me. It's your calling, so be it, right? Because honestly, society will have you thinking you're supposed to look like this, move like this, be like this. I mean, there's so many 19-year-olds out here thinking they're supposed to be millionaires and billionaires and trillionaires by the time they hit 22 and everything's entrepreneur. I don't got to do this. I don't got to do that. The thing is, you got to put in the work at some point with whatever you do. But what you should do is understand your worth, understand who you are, and what you came here to do. And that's very, very fabricated because motherfuckers don't understand what they're here for. It's hard for someone to grow up in this society. Babies cry when they're born. Do you ever wonder why? Every time a baby's born, they cry. You ever think about on a spiritual plane, they come through this portal of the womb of a woman and they cry because they like, God damn it, I gotta be here. But believe in the Akashic records and, past lives, you realize I signed off on this, so I knew I could do it. But damn, it didn't feel like that. You start this mission, you like, God damn, what is going on? What's going on? 333. Some of y'all, well, I would say a lot of y'all, the energy is heavy because it's the full moon tonight. Y'all know I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about the planetary alignments too and aspects because I'm an astrologist. For the people that just logged on, I do want to say I'm a high priestess. Welcome to my channel. On TikTok. This is Enigma Unveiled TV. I am the Conjuring Mystic. I practice numerology, astrology, divination, and divination is more than reading cards. I use runes, poems, all types of things, right? Pyromancy, necromancy, just to help people on their path, like where I was when I just needed help and I couldn't find the answers. I'll show you guys some of the books that I've read. I wanted to show you guys, make it a point to. The Compound Effect was a good book. This is a good fast read for people who like to read. Get you The Compound Effect. Has some good shit in there. We're going to get in depth more. This is 365 days of hoodoo. So I do practice hoodoo. I practice voodoo, divination, like I said, astrology, and numerology. Now, don't get spooked, because I know a lot of people, what we don't understand, we judge. And that's a big flaw. You know why? Because our people perish for a lack of knowledge. What you need to do, if you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in a book. That's what they say. The magic of Marie Laveau. New Orleans voodoo queen. You hear me? I'll get more into depth about how everything originated. I did a video already about that. And then this is one of my favorite books, Voodoo Hoodoo Spell Book. And then I have another one, but I'm going to get more into the occult today versus voodoo and hoodoo. I want to get more into the occult because the people who have been following me that watched my lives, they've seen I explained and broke it down. Hoodoo and the roots of it and where it came from, and voodoo as well. So I have here, you are understood. Okay? You are understood. There are things that you have been speaking with your Heka. You've been putting it in, you've been putting those energies out in the universe. You've been speaking to whoever you pray to, Most High Adonai, or, whoever it is. You have that faith. It's going to come back to you with clarity at some point. If you're open enough, you expand your mind enough to hear and receive it. Because sometimes we get things like we pray for something, right? And we're like, man, I'm trying to figure out what this is, right? Or I want this, or I need to see my path. Say you're like, listen, I just want to know my path. I just want to know the right way to go. And you're expecting something to look a certain way. Your perception says it should look like this. But who are you to tell the universe and Most High Adonai, Most High Mother and Father that that's how it should look? Our minds cannot conceive sometimes. This is why you have to pray. Pray for expansion. Can you expand my mind so that I can see what it is that you see? Can you expand my heart so that I can feel what you feel? Can you expand my perception so that I can look it through a different lens on life? When I started doing that, I realized, like, wow, interestingly enough, I looked around and everything just looked different. I have to wake up and be grateful every day because let me take that back. I don't have to wake up and be grateful. I do wake up and I'm grateful every day. I had some close friends, and even just me dealing with a lot of heavy death energy, heavy sickness energy, heavy dismantled confusion energy. And even though it's a full moon, it's so thick in the air. I feel it, even if it's a person close to me, or if it's just the energy that I feel, and it's just me. Because a lot of the times I do my spiritual baths and showers, and I come back home and I just feel like something's on my heart because I understand I need to speak with my Heka. Like you guys need to speak with your Heka. You need to speak things into existence. You need to speak healing over your life. You need to speak blessings over your life. Love yourself enough to know. Be self-aware. Even if you're feeling something, you feel crazy and confused, and you're like, well, no, be self-aware enough to know this isn't right. I'm confused. Let me get clarity. Not, oh my God, I'm about to lose it, and just keep following that. Like, what you give is what you get. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining, Lele, DJ, Sir Rockwell, Peaches, Linda Cohen. Thank you guys so much for joining. So what I'm saying is sometimes we have to change our perspective. We have to expand our mind. Your mind can only expand with your experiences. If you choose to stay in the same cycles over and over and over because it's comfortable, I think some of us are scared of success. I think some of us are scared of failures. And it's easier to just stay where you're at. Well, it's normal to me. It's easy. It's comfortable. But you're called to do something greater. And fuck the people talking shit. Do they pay your bills? And even if they do, guess what? You're priceless. You're worth more than you could imagine. These avatars, these vessels that we have here walking around on this planet Earth, this is only a portion of what we're here to do. Everyone has a soul mission, and I always say that, and I think I will say that in every single video. And if you don't like it, don't know what to tell you. It's facts, because everybody needs to hear this. Whether you believe it or not, the more you hear, that's how you gain knowledge. You see, if you seek, you will find. If you knock, the door will be open. You have to have enough faith long enough to realize, like, yo, okay, let me expand my mind. Even if you just gotta pray, please expand my mind so I can. If that's what you're searching for, you will find it. You will find it. Think you won't. You will. Let's pull a couple more cards. I'm about to get ready and pray again. Burn some more palo. Thank you for joining. Oh, hoodoo popped up. And burn my candles. So hoodoo, okay, I'm not gonna go all in depth, but at the end of the day, it's just working with nature. It's working with the root. It's working with the herbs. It's working with your hecka, the elements, right? How is people say that's evil? That's so evil. She's the devil. She's evil because you don't understand it, and your grandparents or your somebody you love that your family would told you, oh, that's the devil. Stay away from that. If you're scared, go to church. Thank you for joining. Wagner Lobo, John Washington, Dee Dee and Desi, Esther Kershaw, Dan A. Justler. Thank you so much for joining. And if I missed any of y'all, thank you for joining. But listen, people say, don't do that. Because, you hear it through the grapevine. Y'all know y'all heard that song. Heard it through the grapevine. That's evil. That's the devil. That's this and that's that. Listen, when are you going to start researching for yourself to say, maybe I want to understand this. Maybe I need a better understanding. Because like I said, our people perish for a lack of knowledge. You think you know something, but it's based off what somebody else said and somebody else said and somebody else said. But you won't do your own research. But then you have so much to say. But then we be so in this hateful energy, this frequency. I will tell you one thing. It's a different day and age and era. And I'm telling you, things are rising up. The movement is here. It's not just a moment in time, my loves. It's real. Using nature. Is nature evil? Teas, flowers, the root, working the root. Why do you think they call it working the root? Whether you gotta burn it, you know what I'm saying? Put it in water, spiritual bath, you know what I'm saying? Spiritual showers. I do all that. Floor washes. Oh, I want to introduce y'all to my baby. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, left screen.
This is my big boy right here. He be taking notes. Come have a seat. So, snake baby right here. This is my baby. He let his mommy. You ain't the star of the show. I am, but yeah, we here again. He slept all day. We nocturnal creatures. I'm a creature too. Thank you for joining Chef Jeezy, Hermit, girl, baby, listen. Niels Walker, Crystal Francis. Say hi, say baby, say hi. Y'all be like, oh, why you don't get a cat or a dog? Because I want a snake. Why y'all mad at me?
Gecko, perhaps.
I don't want no fucking gecko. I want my snake to play with me. Don't blow on me. Don't blow on me. No, people are like, you're so weird. Why are you? Because I'm just who I am, nigga. And I'm not ashamed of who I am. So miss me with the shit. Like, you don't like it? Move around. I learned the hard way. Like, try to be pleasing everybody. Like, oh, I'm gonna do this. I said this in my last life. I said, how the fuck is you gonna be there for everybody else, but you can't be there for yourself? Ain't nobody there for you like that. So, and then you feel like you have to do this for him, her, Dick, John, Harry, Rebecca, Felicia, Takita. You know what I'm saying? Why do your mama name you Takita? I'm just going. But I'm just saying, like, why do we feel like we have to do so much for everybody else? Is it to prove a point? That comes from insecurity. If you feel like you have to do that much and you're already just, your back is broke, symbolically, you're tired. Mentally, you're going to be tired. Physically, you're going to be tired. Emotionally, you're going to be tired. Financially, you're going to be tired. Why do we have to do this to ourselves? Care about yourself enough to know you're worth putting in the time for yourself. Somebody's asked you something. I can't do it today. No, can't buy. Okay, no, can't do it. If you can't do it, you can't do it. What? Why not? You can't do it. Don't do it. Okay? Put you first. I always say this because I have kids. People are like, oh, you're so... I'm selfish. No, it's called self-preservation. If I'm not good, how the fuck my kids gonna be good? Please tell me. How? They're not. Exactly. So we have be better and have compassion for yourself. What was I just saying? Confirmation. Be better and have compassion for yourself because you are understood, baby. Y'all have been through so much. Some of y'all be on here, y'all scrolling, you up this time of night. Not like that, but you need to hear the message. If I'm speaking it and you're here, it's because you need to hear it. Whether you want to hear it or not, it is what it is. Now, I try and be respectful, but at the same time, I'm going to talk my shit. You hear me? Snake Baby said, What'd you say, Snake Baby? Accept what your soul is telling you. Accept what your soul's telling you. Sometimes we just need to get to ourselves in quiet and peace. We need restoration. We want to be revived. We want to feel loved. We want to feel heard. We want to feel accepted. We want to be validated. We just want to be who we are without the shame, the guilt of our past, of people having something to say about every little thing we doing. We just want to break. We want a deep breath. Can we get a vacation? I think we all want that. I don't think I'm wrong. I think we all want that. Right? Chill the fuck out. I think we all want that. And then what pops up is colonization. You know, I spoke about hoodoo prior, and I think we all know about the transatlantic slave trade, what happened with some of our ancestors, if you're melanated, more melanated like myself. And I really don't play about my ancestors because they don't play about me. People can have something to say, that's fine. But the thing is, colonization is just basically something taking over something because they've seen an opportunity. That's what it gives for me. Because it wouldn't have happened if some of our inside people hadn't traded our own selves to others. You see what I'm saying? For resources and things like that. It's deeper than the white man. I told you, I said, listen, if I hear, it's real. If I hear the white man one more time, listen, you can't blame that forever. The white man, okay. There are things that happen, but how about you look in the mirror? A lot of people don't want to look in their reflection. They want to take the easy way out. Oh, man, such and such did this to me. A lot of the time, our own people feel us worse than motherfuckers that don't look like us. I've had situations where, I love my people, but they failed me bad. And somebody that didn't look like me helped me out before they did. Imagine that. We all got this flesh. You know one thing we all have in common? We all have in common is that we have emotions. As far as humans, we all be sad. We can be happy. We can be in pain. We can be at peace. Emotions don't lie. Because you know what they say? They say someone can say something to you, but you'll never forget how they made you feel. Never. Never. You'll never forget how someone made you feel, whether that was good or bad, or you was sad, or you was, you know what I'm saying, hurt, whatever it was. You'll never forget that feeling. Whether you choose to move on or what you choose to do with that and alchemize and transmute the energy, it's up to you. If you choose to do that, if you're self-aware enough to understand where you're at mentally and emotionally. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, we all have emotions. Black, white, orange, green. Yeah, like that's what it is. Thank you for joining, Queen D. Thank you for joining, Elle. Thank you for joining, Crystal Francis. User 3ABCDEFG. I'm just fine. There is power in prayer and incantation. I always talk about speaking with your heka, speaking with your voice. Words created the world. Words are life. When you are self-aware enough to understand, maybe I should stop talking like I talk, because we put ourselves in cycles. It's 11:44 on the clock right now. That's probably significant for some people. New beginnings, stability, but at the same time, it's a 10. So yeah, new beginnings and cycle. So basically, it's like, okay, when you use your voice, you speak up, right? Clear that throat chakra. You need to be able to speak how you feel. But some people's throat chakra is overactive. You don't need to be, overdoing it. But sometimes people feel like they can't say what they need to say, or people don't understand them when they speak, and they'd rather just sit in the corner and be quiet. But nothing's going to be solved that way. I remember when I was younger, I had a lot to say. But the thing was, this was when I was younger, before I even hit high school. But my thing was, like, I'm a gifted writer, speaker and stuff, but like, I would have to write on paper. I could write on paper because I could write on paper, go back, revise it, edit it to where it's perfectly what I want it to be. And I meant what I said and said what I meant on the paper. But when you're speaking to someone in person, you can't necessarily do that. It's like just no filter. Say it. If you say it wrong, that's what they got from it. That's it. Like for me personally, yo, I just felt I was like, damn, I can't say what I mean. And I'm trying to say it's not coming out how I wanted to. So I'm gonna just start writing. So I just started writing, and every poems, short stories, books, just journaling. That's a good way to express and release too. If you need a way to express yourself and release how you feel, I would advise just get a journal and writing. It sounds so cliche, right? Get a gratitude journal and write what you're grateful for. 5 things every day. Don't be robotic with it. If you want to write 3 things one day and write 4 the next, how do you really feel? Check in with yourself. Don't wait for nobody to do it for you. How do you feel today? Did you have a good day? Did they have you fucked up at work today? Or did your family have you fucked up today at the barbecue? Or did you have yourself fucked up because you let down your boundaries for a motherfucker who wasn't worth it? Thank you for joining, T. Dion. Thank you for joining, Dean Blake. Thank you for joining, Terrell. Thank you for joining, user ABCD. Any users that do this? I'm going to say ABCDEFG. I'm sorry. It is what it is. But there's power in prayer and incantation. Whoever you pray to, baby, and like I said, I'm going to say it again. Just because you ain't spiritual don't mean it's false or it doesn't exist, honey. We're all spiritual. You don't got to be wearing a fucking, you know what I'm saying? You don't got to be wearing a hijab and a fucking crown and a fucking thing in the middle of your, pineal gland and shit. It's just about life, the polarity, the duality, the good, the bad, the dark, the light. And I will say this over and over. Light and dark is a thing. Motherfuckers be like, it's all love and light. Oh, well, it's not all love and light on my channel. Because if you're doing your shadow work like you're supposed to, or you recognize your inner demons, baby, that ain't nothing light about that. Some of y'all been in the worst, darkest place and moments in your life, and motherfuckers will judge you for it, but they won't even clap when you do better. Fuck them motherfuckers. You hear me? You're right. Believe in yourself. It's about embracing the light and dark. I'm going to say that again. It's about embracing your light and dark. Not just light, not just dark. We all have inner demons. We all have things we need to work on. We all have past trauma. We all have pain. We have love. But some of us so cold-hearted, we said, fuck everybody. Baby, that's not the way to go. Because you damn sure ain't got to turn the other cheek. You hear me? I ain't lying. It's time. 7 could be significant. It's time. Okay, guys. I'm going to burn some more Palo. And I'm going to burn these candles too. Let's burn some of this Palo. Thank you for joining so much, Terrell. Everybody that joined and logged on. I appreciate you guys being here. So, this is Enigma Unveiled TV. I am the Conjuring Mystic. And my name is Autumn Marshall. And I'm here to help awaken, align, and inspire you to be better than you were yesterday. And to help somebody along the way like I am. You know, for a long time I was lost in the sauce. I think we all were, Sam. But it's time that we do better, if you want to. You're here, so it must be for you, Sam. This is Mr. Princess. Where's his head? He be trying to act so. Boy, you is not shy. Get your little goofy. That's my baby lip. Saying, hi. She's crazy. She has a snake. Accept it. I'm going to light my candles. I got a black candle, and I got a yellow candle. I want to dive into this occult philosophy, though. I have this book that I've been reading, and it's so dope. It's super, super dope. I'm going to get this going. I already anointed today. I got my oils. I'm going to anoint you guys as well. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys so much. So, got my oil. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. I'm going to start going live more consistently. You know, family stuff. Got stuff going on, but I'm going to get it right. So we're gonna dive into this occult philosophy a little bit. Tell you the book I was reading and read a passage from it, kind of break that down a little bit because that's very important for this message today. Trying to keep track of the time. We're doing good on time. So I got your career is about to change for the better. Get excited. So 1212. Some of you guys, I feel like the energy is that it's given misunderstood. It's given exhaustion. It's given I know I can't give up. I'm gonna just use these bad habits to just deal with it. And it's like, deal with it how you may, but there's other things you could do better than that, and you know that. Like you could at least write, you could walk. There's things that you can do that will challenge you because I mean everybody has habits, right? Everybody has things that they're like, well, this is what I do when I feel a type of way. But have you ever considered challenging yourself to be like, you know what, let me try something different this time? I've done that so much. Maybe I should try something different. Maybe if I go for a walk in the park or pray, try and pray, take a spiritual bath, or maybe if I talk to someone who says I can trust them, to open my heart to have trust. Because one thing about it is the energy that we give, we receive back. Whether it's hate, whether it's envy, whether it's I can't trust no motherfucking body, because you know how people be like, I can't trust nobody. I can't trust nobody but myself. Okay, well, if you feel like that and you really keep putting that out in the universe, that's what it's going to be for the rest of your life. Don't you want to see if that's the case? Yeah, there's been motherfuckers who had you fucked up. We all have motherfuckers who had us fucked up. But guess what? Time waits for no man. And I don't know how many of y'all asses going to live till 150. This ain't back in Abraham's days. You know what I'm saying? In the Bible. And I just want to note that the Bible is one of the oldest grimoires around. Why motherfuckers be talking about people? Occult just means hidden knowledge. That's all it means. Hidden knowledge. And we about to expose that shit today. Don't gotta be hidden forever. You know what I'm telling you? I'm gonna talk my truth. Thank you for being here. And I am getting ready to open my private community for my subscribers so that we can get some more exclusive content and perks up there, because I have my services on my website and it will be in the description. I'm gonna post this video tomorrow so you guys can come back and look at it, okay? I do divination, astrology, numerology. I also have charms, and I do spell work. So if you need help in love, you need help in court with justice, you need help, whatever you need help with, let me know, and I will definitely see about that, okay? You guys can DM me directly here, or you can wait to see my store link, which is already in my TikTok bio, actually. So you can go check on that. Thank you for joining, little miss. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys so much, man. Oh, somebody needs to drink more water. Basic. Give an Empress energy. Trust yourself. Laugh louder. Breathe deeper. Love harder. Come, come, come. And it sounds crazy, but the thing is, sometimes it's the little shit. We be always thinking shit's supposed to be grand and it's supposed to be like this. And, if it ain't show stopping, we ain't doing shit. No, it be the little shit sometimes. I moved into my new crib. I was so happy. But it took me so long to get really, settled in, that once I sat there and I was like, yo, this really happened. That's how the timeline shifts be. Like, that shit happened? Because you be focused on doing something else you set in place. Like, this is what I'm going to do now. Now I got to do this. Now, because I'm writing my book, it's going to be out next month. Just so you know, the Sacred Text of Autumn, Volume 1 is popping September is the numerology is a 9. It's 999. The 9th year, September is a 9, and the 27th is a 9. Simplified. So be looking for that. You can pre-order it on my site as well, in my bio on TikTok. But what I'm saying is, we always think shit's supposed to be so grand. Like, be grateful for the simple shit. It's motherfuckers who don't have their health, got hit by a car. And it's strange. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, damn, why am I thinking about that? If I got hit by a car, that would be fucked up. My looks ain't everything, but imagine going through the trauma mentally that would cause. Or just anything you may go through, right? Like, people, you don't appreciate what you have till it's gone. It ain't just about people. Yeah, you see my unk shining. It's about just experiences in life. Like one day, recently, it was I think it was the last new moon. I was really thinking deep about how one of my homeboys' brother died last month, right? He was going through it and shit. I was there for him and stuff. But like it made me think about how I lost my daughter, my sister, and how I lost the ex, and how I just know people that are dealing with this heavy death energy. It may not be me, but I'm so connected that I'm empathetic. I can feel that. I can really feel energy. And so I had did a video talking about how, you should wake up grateful. You should wake up grateful every day. And if once before you go to sleep, really think about what it is that you did and accomplished. Like, was it just a day where you didn't give a fuck? You weren't grateful? Like, if you died tomorrow, would you be proud? Would you be fulfilled? Would you say I did everything that I wanted to do today? And everybody that I love knows I love them. And if that's not the case, tomorrow, if you wake up, you have another chance to get it right. So laugh louder, breathe deeper, love harder, and friend, come. That don't mean go fucking around with everybody. Please don't take that and just be like, she said come. Oh, this is for somebody. It could be masculine or feminine because we all got masculine. And Little Miss, you keep logging off and joining, girl. What you got going on? Because it says you joined 3 times. It may be my computer. I don't know. Don't be logging off, girl. Stay here, little miss. Little Missy. Thank you for being here, Princess. Okay. Somebody on here, we got feminine and masculine energy in men and women. And say, you better cook tonight. I mean, it's almost 12, but shit. I remember sometimes I be cooking at 2 in the morning. If you don't work on Monday, maybe you hungry. I don't know. Maybe a nigga hungry. Maybe you're shoddy hungry. Maybe you need to go. Maybe it's for tomorrow. Cook tonight, baby. Somebody hungry? Who hungry? I ain't gonna fuck around and make me hungry. I don't care. Stop stressing. Treat yourself. Stop stressing. You see I'm wearing this pink? Y'all like my veneers? Yes, indeed. Y'all see my candles lit? Black and yellow. We gonna let this motherfucker go. I love you guys. I just want you guys to know that you're loved. And I want to be here to inspire you. No, it's not all love and light. But guess what? We're here together. Okay? So everything's gonna be just fine. Because I ain't the one. I don't go down without a fight. I ain't gonna keep talking about what the fuck I've been through because I already put it in my shit. But I'm gonna say a little something because the people who on here that wasn't on here last time, y'all need to know. Your girl may look a certain way, but I have been through some shit, huh? Name it. Take your choice, huh? Multiple choice. I'm gonna start doing gaming lives too, where I do some cards and we can do a sipping or whatever we're gonna do. But yeah, incarceration, homelessness, custody battles, divorce. I got 3 kids, like I said. Okay. Lost grief. I lost my daughter before she even turned 1. She was in my arms. Shit, I've been through some shit, man. But on that note, I don't want it to be so heavy. So, I just got this card. I'm gonna read a scripture, and then I'm gonna go ahead and dive into this occult. But it says, "Let someone do something for you." Damn, Miss Parker. It says, "Let someone do something for you," because some of us are so in our masculine. Even masculines, you could be over masculine too, where you're just like doing too much. Sit the fuck down. Let somebody do something for you. Thank you for joining, Linda. Cause I think I said that right. I don't know. Don't be scared. It's in hearts, y'all. I want to read a passage that I feel like to read, but I do want to read this again because let someone do something for you. Damn. Y'all be so ready to do everything yourself. I gotta do it. Can't nobody do it like me. I gotta do it. Because that's how I am. I think I'm OCD or something. This Mr. Priestess, in case y'all ain't say that. Mr. Priestess, he tired of my ass. So, you just be doing everything yourself. When you're a woman and you've been through things with kids, you just feel like you have to do everything yourself because you are the only one who's going to really get it done in your home, right? You are the head of your household. Now, if you have loved ones who know what I'm saying? Like a man, that's cool. I ain't knocking you, man. But even women who with men in relationships, some of them bitches feel like they gotta be the man. That's sad. When you living with somebody and you gotta be the man and they in the house, baby, bless your heart, because it could be me. As I am divorced, this ring is because this is me in spirit, and this rock is nice, bitch. You know how much this costs? Stop playing with me. Y'all gonna be tired of me by the end of the night. I don't care. Listen, I'm gonna read. Let me see what we got. Okay, y'all ready? It says Matthew 7:25. Jesus teaches about worry. I do want to touch on this before I read this. I feel like Jesus is a Christ consciousness, not necessarily white Jesus that you be seeing in the Catholic Church. I'm gonna just put it like that. You can say what you want. Verse 25. Therefore, I tell you, do not worry. Hold on, because y'all gotta get this candle action in here, because this is deep, baby. This is. Let me pull it back. Okay, there we go. Therefore, I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body, what you will wear. It says, is not life more important than food, and the body more important than clothes? Verse 26. Look at the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more valuable than they? Verse 27. Who of you by worrying can add a single hour to his life? 28. And why do you worry about clothes? See how the lilies of the field grow? They do not labor or spin. 29. Yet I tell you that not even Solomon in all his splendor was dressed like one of these. Verse 30. If that is how God clothes the grass of the field, which is here today and tomorrow is thrown into the fire, will he not much more clothe you, O ye of little faith? So do not worry, saying, what shall we eat? Or what shall we drink? Or what shall we wear? 32. For the pagans run after all these things, and your heavenly Father knows that you need them. 33. But seek ye first the kingdom and righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. 34. Therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. Okay? Ain't that the truth? I can snap to that. I was giving poetry. Poetry. That's facts, man. Don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow has worries of its own. Be glad if you wake up tomorrow. It's not about age. You know, I learned that when people that are younger, when children die before their parents, or when their parents die after the children, or when middle-aged people die that are healthy and well and nobody knows what happened. You can die at any age. You need to be grateful for what you have today. That's it, and that's fucking all. Thank you for joining PZ Jeezy. Thank you. But I'm just saying. So pray, pay attention to your dreams, manifest, release, and relax. So this is the occult philosophy I kind of wanted to get into with you guys a little bit. Just a touch, just a tad. And I do want to reiterate these messages that I got prior, because this is important for a lot of us on this live tonight. Just know this is the full moon as well, okay? So take care of your health. Be grateful and appreciate life. Put an extra layer of protection around your home, your children, yourself, and stay prayed up. It's not out of fear. It's out of understanding and knowing, right? There's so many different energies out here, different frequencies. And if you allow yourself to be moved in a certain direction, it could be like that under pool where you get in the ocean and it pulls you under. It could be that easy to really pull you under. You got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to go in depth on how to like cleanse yourself and stuff like that. So when I open up my community for my subscribers, which my next live tomorrow is going to be, I already set it up, but this is just to give you guys like a little bit of more of a taste of what I got going on. Okay. So we're going to go into this. This is Henry Cornelius Agrippa's, okay, Occult de Philosophy. Okay. So the original book was written in Latin. But then, you know, they had got translations on it. And yes, Snake Baby is feeling himself. He's doing his thing. You see him. You're like, wow, this is my shit. Go ahead, mama. Okay, baby. So this is, it says, this is page 190. So it's basically occult philosophy. Occult means hidden. Philosophy, we all know what that means, okay? Thank you for joining, Miriam, Jean Jones. So it says, of the forming of man of the external senses, also those inward, and the mind and the threefold appetite of the soul and passions of the will. I'm going to turn this down. I'll turn that volume down. You turn that volume down. I didn't let y'all know that. It's over there. Oh, that's correct. No. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. I have my jazz and lo-fi going. I'll be in my zone, my little candles lit stuff. I have to turn it down, not too much, but then about 17, about 16. So, thank you. So when I used to work at Children's Hospital, right, because I left not too long ago, because I was like, I'm going to just do this full time. This is my purpose, you know. Y'all fuck with me, you fuck with me, because I fuck with y'all. Gonna be my rider, because I'm a ride or die, you hear me? But I'm just trying to help people see they true self. Look in your reflection and see how great you are. See how you're valuable. See that it don't matter who had you fucked up, nigga. That's so that you could have strength and character and resilience to move forward. Because honestly, some of these pivots we had to make because people had us fucked up, we wouldn't have made if we thought we were so in love and so so protected and so sacred and all this shit. Nigga, we had to get out there and get it how it was. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. Let's be real. But I was saying when I worked at Children's Hospital, I would just print off PDFs when I have free time, like because I do a lot of studying and reading, and it excites me because like I find books like I'll show these books again. I have a lot of books that I have, but then I find books that I want and I'll find the PDF and I'll download that motherfucker and come home and read it. The fuck, The Compound Effect. This is a good book, y'all. If you ever want to read that, boom. I'm gonna just give y'all a couple books. I would study a lot, and then I'm gonna name some more. Then 365 Days of Hoodoo. I explain what that is. Working with nature, roots, herbs. But I say I'm a root worker. See what I'm saying? Thank you for joining, Melissa Osset's Originals, Patricia Williams. Thank you for joining. You see what we got up here? You're working with the elements, nature. You know what I'm saying? The magic of Marie Laveau. That's my bitch. Yeah. Y'all don't understand that when people die, they transcend. It's not just, that's the end. Like, man. Energy is energy. Can't be destroyed or fucking, you know what I'm saying? Voodoo Hoodoo Spellbook. This is my bitch right here. But I got a couple other ones. Thank y'all for joining. I appreciate y'all so much. Appreciate the hearts. So we're going to dive back into this Henry Cornelius Agrippa's, okay? So it says, it is the opinion of some divines that God did not immediately create the body of man, but by the assistance of the heavenly spirits compounded and framed him, which opinion Alcinous and Plato favored. Y'all know Plato, the philosopher. Thinking that God is the chief creator of the whole world and of spirits both good and bad, and therefore immortalized them, but that all kinds of mortal animals were made only at the command of God. For if he should have created them, they must have been immortal. Think about that. The spirits, therefore, mixing earth, fire, air, and water together, made of them all put together one body, which they subjected to the service of the soul, assigning it several provinces to each power thereof, to the meaner of them, mean and low places, as to anger, the midriff to desire, the womb, but to the more noble senses, the head as the tower of the whole body, and the manifold organs of speech. They divide the senses into the external and internal. Okay? The external are divided into 5. Just leave it off for a second. Pause it. The external are divided into 5. Okay, so the external senses are divided into 5, okay? Known to everyone, to which there are allotted 5 organs or subjects, as it were, foundations, being so ordered that they which are placed in more eminent part of the body have a greater degree of purity. For the eyes, placed in the utmost place, are the most pure, your eyes, and have affinity with the nature of fire and light. So your eyes are symbolic to fire and light, okay? have the utmost purity. And then you have the ears have a second order of place. So the ears come after the eyes, and the ears are compared to the air. So the eyes, fire and light, the ears, the air. The nostrils have the third order. So then you have the nostrils. Then you have Ra. Go sit down. You're doing too much. I'm on live. Chill out. The fuck are you doing? The eyes are fire and light. The ears are air. And then you have the middle nature between the air and the water. What do you think that is? Then the organ of tasting, which is grosser, which just means bigger, right? Grosser and most like the nature of water. Last of all, the touching is diffused through the whole body and is compared to the grossness of the earth. The more pure senses are those which perceive their objects farthest off, as seeing and hearing. Then the smelling, then the taste, which doeth not perceive, but that which is nigh. So the taste can't do anything but perceive what is on it. You can't taste something if you don't taste it. You see what I'm saying? How you gonna taste something if you don't taste it? That's what it's saying. So it says, and as sight discerns by the medium of air, think about it. Your sight, you got to think about the elements, right? We got earth, water, fire, air. The eyes through fire and light to see. Ears, air, right? And then you have your organ of your whole body, which is like the grossness of the earth, because you're comparing it to the elements to a certain extent, right? So it says, but the touch perceives both ways. So when you touch, right, your eyes can touch something, seeing it with the speed of light, and you could touch something physically with your hand. So, but the touch perceives both ways, for it perceives both, not, it perceives bodies nigh. You touch someone, right? They're close. And as sight discerns by the medium of air. Sight, you can see with fire and light through air, because that's what brings the waves, right? So the touch perceives by the medium of a stick or a pole. Bodies hard, soft, and moist. Now the touch only is common to all animals. Now check this out. It is most certain that man hath this sense, and in this and taste he excels all other animals. So in certain ways we excel animals, right? But in other ways they excel us. But in the other three, he is excelled by some animals, as by a dog who hears, sees, and smells more acutely than man, and the lynx, which is in the throat, and eagles see more acutely than all other animals and man. So eagles, that's why they say eagles be flying high like that. They be seeing shit that we couldn't even imagine sometimes, because our perception can't be there, because that's not where we are physically. What? Oh yeah. Falcons are super significant too. I've been seeing falcons left and right, especially the two, because I guess falcons, what, it has to be the male and the female. Yeah. And it's crazy because that's how I know some of y'all have like a soulmate coming in, and then me too. Like as far as like it could be a business opportunity that is like this, or a person that's like this, that you'll find that your relationship is gonna be so dope. I'll get my phone. Okay. I don't know who's calling. Don't be in the camera. And so, hi, thank you for joining. And so, some of y'all, it's so significant. My son brought it up that we've been seeing falcons. We go out for walks in the park every day, and certain animals. It's right here. You don't hear it on vibrate. Certain, you just turn it off. It's probably old school, but certain certain animals are very significant, and so squirrels playing, because they're very playful, but they store away food for the winter. And you guys know the seasons are changing. So it's about to be winter, but it's going to be autumn my season first. So September 1st is autumn, and then winter's coming. But the season's changing and the weather's changing. It's about to be fall. The leaves are falling, looking beautiful, right? So I don't know if squirrels are significant, the playfulness, and also falcons, because they represent new beginnings, intuition heightened. They represent, well, they usually come male with female, and it's crazy. I was like, what bird is that? I'd be looking at the trees, the branches and shit, and I'm like,
Old school called you.
willow. I'm sure willow trees are significant. Oak trees are significant. Elm trees are significant. Cottonwood trees are significant. And pine trees especially significant. All this is heightened awareness, okay? I don't want to drive y'all crazy with this because I really want to take time and spend time with you guys to help you understand each line of some of these things, as well as what's in my book, because like I said, it's deeper than I got cards and I'm gonna tell you your future because this says this, so this must be what it is. It's deeper than that. We're all in a vessel in this realm and dimension and era. But deeper than that is the soul and the spirit. The body is connected with the spirit. Like the body and soul connect with the spirit. Body, soul, which is your will, connects with the spirit. But the spirit has no understanding without the soul because you need the soul to lead with the will. You see what I'm saying? Like it sounds crazy, but when you really think about it, you replay it a couple times, it's like, I be reading, I'm like, damn, that shit is deep. Can I get a So the interior senses are, according to let's see, to divide it into four. Whether of the first is called. So you have common sense. You always hear people saying, "Oh, that's common sense. That's common sense, right?" So the interior senses, there's four. You have common sense because it doeth first collect and perfect all the representations which are drawn in by the outward senses. So whatever you perceive outwardly, drawn in to you, that's common sense. That makes sense because they say common sense really ain't that common. The second is the imaginative power, whose office is seeing it represents nothing to retain those representations which are received by the former senses and to present them to the third. So basically, it's like somebody representing you in court, right? And they're like, well, let me present this way to them because that's what needs to happen. So your common sense was like, this is what I perceived when I seen this or heard this or whatever happened, the situation happened, I experienced this. This is what I perceived. To me, this is called common sense. But then second is the imaginative power, who once you see it represents nothing. So now once these representations, the common sense says this is common sense, are received by the former senses, right? Now we have to present them to the third faculty of the inward sense, which is fantasy. It's spelled Phantasy, or power of judging. You know how they say, you can't judge me. You can't judge me. Whose work is also to perceive and judge by the representations received. What kind of thing that is of which that representations are, and to commit those things which are thus discerned and adjudged to the memory to be kept. For the virtues thereof in general are discourse, dispositions, have you heard that before? Dispositions in court, persecutions in court, and flights and stirrings up to action, but in particular the understanding of intellectuals, virtues, and the manner of discipline, counsel, and election. This is that which shows us future things by dreams, whence the fancy is sometimes named the fantastical intellect. Phantastical. For it is the last impression of the understanding, which, as saith Iamblichus, is that belonging to all the powers of the mind and forms all figures, resembles of species and operations and things seen, and sends forth the impressions of other powers to others. I think I got too deep on y'all. I don't be trying to do that to y'all, but this is why I want to take time and break it down because it'd be so deep. It's like when the pastors say, I'm going to read this passage, right? And they read it and then they break it down, but it ain't this complicated to like the average mind. You got to learn to expand your mind, guys. You got to learn to expand your mind. And you're here, so you must want to. But I be reading this shit. And when I tell you, I literally, my bad. I literally want to break this down for you guys, but man, it's just a lot. It's a lot. I'm about to burn some Palo Santo, but we can get more into it. And basically, you have your external senses and your internal senses, okay? You have 5 external, starting with, and then you have 4 internal, starting with your common sense and the organs. Because you know why? They all work together. It's like people on the line at the warehouse, right? You have one person that has to do this, send it down to that person to do that, then send it to the other person to do that. And so you guys all work together as a team, but that's how our body works, our mind and our physical body and our internal body. Like there's organs that have to take things to the other organ, and that is micro to the macro. That's the Hermetic laws. That's the Hermetic principles that we talk about. The ancient Kemetic Ashe, the as above, so below, as below, so above, as within, so without. You know what I'm saying? Literally, that's what that is. So when you start to understand that, it's not that complicated. It's not. If you're into science, metaphysics, philosophy, physics, spirituality, I'm the one for you. If you're not, then maybe it's not for you. But you're here, so you need to hear something. So I burnt some sage. Like it's like. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate you guys. I do. But so before I end, because I have been on for over an hour. Interesting. I get carried away, guys. I get lost in the sauce. If this was just me, I'd be sitting here reading. But I believe there's people out there like me, 12:22 on the timer, that would love to learn about what I do, and they would love to be a part of my community. Because really, we're all family. Hoodoo again, can't make this shit up. Hospital urgent. Occult. You're worthy. You're beautiful inside and out. So the last message that I'm going to end Bible. The last message I'm going to say before I get off, because I'm only supposed to be on about an hour. It's late. I'm going to let you guys go. But thank you for joining Red and everybody else. So back to voodoo. It's just using the elements, the nature, the earth, the roots, to bring about change in people's lives, whether it's love, health, family, career, whatever it may be, right? Occult just means hidden. And then I have Bible. Like I said, the Bible is one of the oldest grimoires that you could ever think of. I mean, not the oldest book, but it's been tampered with, and we all know that. That's a debate that's never ending. Trust me, I get it. But what I'm saying is, I use the Bible. I use books that have been written, as well as the Dead Sea Scrolls. That's what it used. It was tampered with, of course, but then you have hieroglyphs. Because in my book, I talk about the language evolution. You had hieroglyphs that led to other things, that led to Latin, Hebrew, Arabic, and Aramaic, and then you come and we have this Western alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, that has letters that the Latin alphabet didn't even have in it, the original one. And I talk about this because I was studying these things, like ancient religions, ancient communities, and people, and dynasties. And I'm like, how did we even get to this point? Like transatlantic slave trade, just a lot of things that were put into play with this. And I said, well, I want to put it on a timeline for myself. And then I ended up putting out my book, Sacred Text of Autumn Volume 1. It will be dropping 999 next month. Get you some. Thank you for joining, though. And then I have one last message. You're worthy. You're beautiful inside and out. You're worthy. You're beautiful inside and out. I want you to remember that, okay? People make you feel like you ain't worth shit. I think we've all been there at some point. And if you let the motherfuckers keep you down, that's on you. Sometimes you got to pick yourself up. I always say that. Sometimes you have to encourage yourself, love on yourself a little bit more. Try to be the best you can be. Then we got spirit. The Falcons, what I say, somebody got some love coming in. Love is it's either love, like intimate, or it's a business opportunity that you're not expecting. But it's really gonna be in sync with what you believe in, your morals, your values, and it's gonna be unexpected, and it's gonna be something that you're very, very happy about. But I must say, heavy is the head that wears the crown. So there's some work to be done, but It's paying off, clearly. Thank you guys for joining. This is Enigma Unveiled TV. You are tuned into the Conjuring Mystic. This is Snake Baby Prince Alegua. You want to say bye? You don't want to say bye? He's acting all strange for a piece of change. You ain't getting no change. We ain't selling you. You ain't got no coochie. You ain't selling. I'm just waiting. Say bye. Why are you looking like that? Say bye bye. Oh, you can put on a meditation. I'm about to cut it off. Say bye bye. This is my snake baby. He getting big. Look. Go ahead. He's getting big. See, I'm getting big. See, I'm getting big. We'll dive deeper into the occult, and we'll dive deeper into hoodoo and voodoo and all that stuff. I really want to get in depth with you guys with this. I do, but I don't want to overbear you. It's just this is what I do. So, I mean, I'll be back on tomorrow night for sure. So, I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining. Say bye, Steve Baby. Mom, skip the commercial. What are you doing?
I couldn't. It's on skip mode.
He said, my baby. He let his mommy. He does.